Welcome to the You Name It Show. My name's Jerry Taylor, and his name is...
Davin Christensen. Hola, Jerry.
Hola, Davin.
I didn't do hola last week. That kind of threw people off.
I think you... I don't know. I didn't notice if you did it or not. You do it every single show, but all the audience should probably know by now that you are in no way Hispanic.
Nor do I understand.
Nobody actually understands or knows why you say hola at the beginning of every show.
Just something I came up with.
How did that start anyway? When did you start saying hola?
It
was probably not for the show.
I don't know, but now I know you can tell the people that listen to the show because they greet you when they see you. Like, hola, Davin, how you doing? I'm like, oh.
You're famous. You are a famous man. I'm sitting amongst the ruins of a St. Patrick's Day party, recording this in my garage/studio.
Yeah.
And I have very little notes for you. I don't know if you want me to get some stuff out of the way, or if we have... Do we have to say where we're at? Let's say where we're at. Where are you at?
I am in Atlanta, Georgia. Hotlanta.
I was waiting. Don't they call that Hotlanta ever since, what was the singing show? American Idol started saying Hotlanta all the time.
Yep. So, I'm in Hotlanta, and it actually is warm today. It's been cold all week, but today is a warmer day.
Yep. I am in Detroit, Michigan,
Yes.
but I will be down in Hotlanta tomorrow. And if I remember right, I looked at the weather, and it might be 80 degrees tomorrow there.
Yep, it's like 73 today. So I didn't bring any shorts to this trip because I figured it's not going to get that warm.
I'm going to end up having real shock because I haven't been anywhere warm for a while. Mm-hmm. Hang on. Sorry, people.
Oh, getting the cough out of the way, I see.
Right on the air. I don't have one of those cool cough buttons that can mute me.
Yeah. Did you do your bucket list, your homework?
I did.
Okay. And what'd you come up with?
I don't know. Let's tease that. Let's do that in a little bit. Let me get a couple of TV things out of the way. Some TV stuff.
Okay.
There's a new show I noticed on Netflix. Another new Marvel Comics show. That would be, I don't know, like the fourth one. So you have Daredevil. You've got the Luke Cage. You got the girl. I forgot what the girl was. She's Luke Cage's friend. Now you've got Iron Fist. Danny Rand disappeared and forever in a plane crash, then came back 12 years later, and he's now the Iron Fist martial arts kung fu champion who can summon all of his chi to make his hand glow and smash through things.
Okay.
All right. Still,
I haven't seen any of them. I've never been a comic fan, Jerry.
I've never even heard of this, but I watch them because they actually turn out to be pretty good shows. They're fun to watch for the most part. Good to binge. So I binged a whole bunch of them over the weekend when I was recovering from the St. Patrick's Day party. The one thing bothered me though. Danny Rand's dad owned a company, the Rand Industries company, and had a partner. So he disappears, and the parents die, and he's the lone survivor, but he's gone for years and years. And the partner takes over the company with his kids. Danny shows back up again, but they have to give him 51% of the Rand company because of his dad, right? So and you don't care about this, and this is spoilers, people, sort of. At some point...
So he's got controlling partnership?
Right. This is where this
51%
problem I have is. Because in one of the episodes, he's voted off of the board and barred from the building somehow. And I'm like, how? If he's got 51% of the stock, he is the controlling vote in no matter what. He could throw everybody else out because he's got the controlling interest.
Right.
So how are you trying to pull that shit on me? Like... That's not how they work.
Mr. Deeds found that out.
Right. So he's got the 51%. He can just tell everybody to fuck off. Weird. That was a bitch. Now, the other thing...
They don't do the math right.
They don't. They're trying to make a story that they've got to try and hopefully we'll overlook the fact that it doesn't make any sense, so that we can be worried about him losing his spot in the company.
Okay.
All right. So they have lots of Star Wars stuff, right? They've got a lot of those movies. And the problem with these movies
Yes, they have.
is that the people aged. So they couldn't really finish it up. It took too long in between movies, and they didn't string together enough of them fast enough, so now they have to explain why people are old and stuff. Well, what everybody really wanted to see was a continuation of the same people, like Luke Skywalker and Han Solo and all that shit, right?
Right. But when you start out with, the 6th episode and then backtrack to previous years when they were younger,
When they were what?
when they were
Yeah.
younger, are you going to make fun of me saying younger?
Because you almost said it like you say that other word, finger. You almost dropped the whole thing. When they were younger. Okay. So
When
I
they were
thought
younger.
about this, and I figured out a fix. If they would have started off episode 4, and they would have put all of those people in old people makeup, then they would just have to remove layers of makeup as we went along, and they would just stay the same age. Right?
Correct. But they would, over the year. Yeah. Depends. They're coming out every how many years. So, yeah, you'd have to have some really good makeup
Yeah, but if
artists.
they start
it's
them off
doable.
old, then by the time we get to nowadays, they wouldn't be wearing any makeup. It'd still look the same.
That's, logical.
Okay. I know it's really stupid, but I couldn't stop thinking about that for shows. Like, there's probably other TV shows that do that. They try and keep the people the same age to tell the story, but they don't think about that. Just make them a little older. Throw some makeup on them. And they can remove it.
That's like Playboy magazine taking out little like, oh, you've got a little scar here. Let's take out this tattoo. Or let's make you look 20 years younger. Yeah, it's amazing what they can
They
do
always do
nowadays.
that. They've done that
but
forever.
Think about it. When Star Wars first came out, though, the technology difference, especially if you watch like a movie like Blade Runner, and you see how crappy all the background stuff is because it's all computer generated, but back in that day, not quite the same. And stuff my kids
Miniatures
laugh at, like their video games look better than the movies we had.
Now the classic cool movies that we know are stupid looking. And so that probably is the same thing as like you sitting in the room with your grandpa, the guy who plays Penny Toes, and him telling you, King Kong was an awesome movie when I was a kid. And you're like going, what? I watched that the other day. It's stupid claymation garbage. But in his day, that was fantastic. Same exact thing. No different than what we're talking about now. Now we're the old people with the shitty effects that we're trying to say are cool somehow, or that were cool.
No black and white monitors in the background and
yeah, that's a common thing on this show. I think I've covered that 2 or 3 times already. Like, why in the future do we have shittier video everywhere? Why is every single video device all like pixelated with lines through it and shit? Let's pull up our really cool video binoculars and look across and zoom in on stuff, but it's all like super low res bullshit.
And
stop that. It gets better,
you're getting
not
old
worse.
when they're remaking the TV shows and stuff that were stupid when we were around, like MacGyver.
Chips. Chips is now going to be
Hawaii
one. Did you know
Five-0,
that?
MacGyver, Chips. It's like, what? Who gives a fuck? We didn't care about it then. It was crappy then.
No, but I don't even know if I'd be able to sit through one episode of Chips. I have no idea if I can make that happen.
Riding the old Harleys. Yep.
Chips. John and Punch. Punch knew karate. Had to make a big deal about that. Jumping around like an amateur.
But the weird thing is when you look at, God, who is the guy that does the ab flex thing or the total gym?
Well, I don't even know who that is. What, a star does that
he
or
was
what?
Walker Texas Ranger. What is his Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris?
Chuck Norris does not look like he's aged. He's got to be pushing 80 now.
I don't know. Picture of him. I thought he was pretty old now. I don't know.
He's still looking
see.
pretty good shape for old guy.
Let me look for a recent picture of Chuck Norris. Go to images. Yeah, they all look pretty good.
Yeah, I know.
But on the
got a good
page
publicist.
before that, it says, Chuck Norris so old you won't recognize him from TMZ.
Oh, okay.
But I don't want to play this with all the audio. Just want to see the Chuck Norris picture. He's not so old you won't recognize him. They're showing a picture.
Fake
showing
news.
Video of a picture.
Thanks a lot, Trump.
And he looks the same. Stupid Trump and TMZ. They're fake news stories.
Hey, did you see the fake news this week?
I don't know.
I'm
Which
in the
one?
CNN building.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
In Atlanta. Atlanta's the hometown of CNN.
Yeah.
And where we go have lunch, there's a giant food court in CNN and all different types of restaurants you can eat at. And they've got this giant video wall that plays nothing but CNN news.
Yes, I saw that.
And CNN's the network that always does the breaking news, even though there's nothing breaking. It's just like constantly burned into the bottom of your screen.
Maybe what they're trying to say is that CNN actually broke the news. So what they're saying is they're currently breaking the news. You know?
Well, the fake news this week was, man jumps over a bike rack at the White House.
Was he a daredevil, or was he Evil Knievel, or was he trying to kill Trump? What's up with that?
Well, here's what I'm trying to think. It's like he didn't jump over the fence. He jumped over a bike rack. So it's probably on the street outside, and it was probably some guy running and tripped over a bike rack. And, we need something to report. Let's report it.
It's either that, or they're telling us that their wall of security at the White House is a bike rack.
It could be.
Either way you look at it, it's all wrong. Let me see what it says. Man jumps over bike rack. White House. Let's see. Man arrested outside White House after jumping bike rack on CNN.
Okay.
Man jumped the bicycle rack. I have to know what they're trying to say with this thing. They escalated the security posture, the posture of the security.
Okay.
He never made it to the White House fence. He was arrested within 2 minutes after making it over the bike rack.
Okay.
So he didn't get near anything.
No.
You're right. No news.
Fake news. But that's breaking. It was breaking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Individual jumped bike rack on Pennsylvania Avenue, not at White House fence.
That doesn't sound as glorious and
No,
newsworthy.
it doesn't.
Man trips.
You're right. It is fake news.
Man trips on sidewalk in front of White House.
Yeah. Man walked down the street in front of White House looking nefarious. Stupid. Big jump in our listenership.
Oh yeah.
Over the weekend. Yep, lots of them, and it's probably due to us exposing the fake news everywhere and contributing to it.
Contributing to we're pretty accurate. Yeah. We just talk about shit. You fact checked me
Let
a
me
lot.
be accurate with you. I know it's part of the fun. We get to make fun of each other. Where have you eaten in the CNN Center's food place, which is just a giant room full of all kinds of different restaurants? Where have you eaten?
Which place? Well, I can tell you where I haven't. Well, actually, there's a few of them. I ate at Chick-fil-A. Ate at Arby's. I had
those are the two that I always hit.
Taco Bell is not as good as it used to be. I ate at Taco Bell. And then there's like this TJ's roll-up place where they do like rolled-up sandwiches and they've got side salad and stuff. And then we ate at
that one is too.
Dan Tana's, which is a steakhouse that's supposed to be really good. But
what'd you have there?
Well, I had the prime rib Philly cheesesteak on stale old soggy bread with the side
was
salad.
It a good experience? You know what I've always ordered there? Because everything kind of sucked unless it was the pulled pork sandwich. That was good there. Everything else sucked.
the one thing I have found is, and you got to get in your mindset when you come down south, because service is so slow down here.
Welcome to Chick-fil-A. Can I take your order, please?
Well, the fast food places in there aren't too bad, but we stopped the other day at Taco Mac, which is, they're famous for their wings and all this other bullshit. And I'd gotten into town, and I didn't want to venture far from the hotel, so I went in there, and I had their wings. They were okay, nothing to write home about. And I had a couple beers, because they've got 130 beers on tap. They serve you beer in a plastic cup, and their bar table causes static shock through the plastic cup. So every time you take a sip of your beer, you get a static shock on your lip, and it ruins the whole experience. Plus, their beers on tap are $8 a draft.
I don't know how that works. That the cup is carrying static to your face. Wow.
I got tired of it. But then we went there for lunch the other day because it was a Sunday. We went.
But then we went back.
Well, this was for lunch, so I mean it wasn't bad. Dave wanted to really eat there. Dave, our audio guy. So myself, Dave, and Frank, one of our IT guys, went in, and day before it was a 20-minute wait. That's when we ate at that Dan Tano's place. So we go in, we get seated. There's not many people in there. You can't tell the waitresses or waiters from the customers because they're wearing street clothes, for one.
Yeah.
Sat there for 10 minutes, didn't get greeted, and this is after a hostess sat us, so they know they sat us. Nobody came up for our drink order, any of that stuff. Acknowledged, I mean, at least if you're busy or something, but they weren't busy. Come up and say, can I get your drink order? I'll be with you in a second. Nothing. We got up and we left. And Dave decided he was going to wait it out, so he waited another 2 or 3 minutes. And then he finally gave up because no one approached him.
Right.
So the service there absolutely sucked. So dear Taco Mac, fuck you.
You said dear Taco Mac, fuck you?
Yeah.
You said?
Yeah, I could say it slower. Dear Taco Mac, your service sucks. Fuck you.
Hey, you might have to pause because I've had a failure on my system, it looks like.
Oh,
well,
okay.
Maybe not. What time?
Need to take a swoosh break?
Tell me what time your monitor says it is.
I'm at 18:10.
Okay. It's only a few seconds. All right. Never mind. We're good.
Okay. So you're good. Okay. Well, we did have that 5-second countdown, too, because we do that before every episode to make sure we're synced up.
Letting everybody behind the curtain on this one. Yeah, I actually muted my microphone for a second to cough. I realized I had a mute button on there, and then it stopped rolling. So I had to restart it again.
So it's not just mute, it's pause.
I guess so. So I'm not touching that button anymore.
Okay.
Stupid. But I should be able to fix it in post.
So when we got here, there was an ACE convention.
Like the hardware store?
The hardware store, yep. Evidently they do 2 a year. And this year it was in Hotlanta. So talking to one of the guys at the bar that was in town for the convention.
Yeah.
And he owns an Ace hardware store. And started talking about basically hardware stores and how the competition is with Home Depot and Lowe's. And Ace is actually, I love the Ace hardware by my house.
Right.
Because you actually get customer service.
Yeah, I like it too.
And that is the big thing that they are known for, and they're never going to go away because they have that hometown customer service.
Oh, they're going away, mister.
A customer. No, I don't think
they're getting crushed by the big box stores.
There's still always going to be a need for that little local hardware store that you can get the specialty item and the knowledge behind it. Because the guys that are working in those little hardware stores know their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you go to Home Depot and it's the guy that's no longer the greeter at Walmart working in the lumber aisle.
Working in the lumber aisle. I don't know.
The only thing he has to know is what aisle electrical's in, what aisle paint's in, where things are located by aisle number. He doesn't have to know anything about how to install any of the shit or any of that.
I'd like to think so.
One of the examples this store owner gave me was he had a guy that came in and his cable line got cut. And he needed to splice it. So they lent him the splicing tool and said, just, when you're done, just bring it back. And no sense you buying a tool you're going to use once. We'll loan it to you. Mm-hmm. You're going to get a repeat customer.
Yep, that's true.
It's the service that's gone away in this country. And I saw it today at the gas station. We went to the gas station to pick up some beer and some cigarettes and stuff like that before we came back to record the podcast. And the gas station I went to gave me a free lighter because I bought my cigarettes there.
Yes.
And I will go back to that one.
Yep.
Just because he gave me a free, 95-cent lighter.
Yep, I used to have a couple of stores did that over the years that I used to live by, and they'd throw in lighters and stuff. And I always went back to when I have to buy hardware. I always try and go, because I have two of them down the street from me. I've got a True Value, and then I've got the Ace. So I've got two of the hometown kind.
Okay.
Depends on what I want, and I'll go to either one. Last resort, right. I go over to Home Depot, because Home Depot will carry stuff that some of those guys won't, and I'll have to go there. But
yes,
I will contribute to the small town people more than I will the big boxes when possible. I am with you.
I try to do that as well.
What about the bucket list?
Especially when you only need like a couple screws, that type of thing,
Yes. All right, I've got my bucket list.
Okay. Let's hear it.
So Davin asked me to write a bucket list because he wanted to compare bucket lists between a grown-up and his kid. I think that's the point, right?
Correct, yeah, because my son gave me his bucket list.
So I wrote a real one. I didn't write one that was full of bullshit just to try and make you laugh. It was, here's the
you
stuff.
Took it seriously.
Yeah, how long do bucket lists have to be? Because mine, I only really got like 8 things. So.
Oh, well, he's got 3, 6, 9, 10. He's got like 14 things on here.
Yeah, I didn't spend. Well, when you get older, you've already done a lot of shit, so it's hard to find things that you want to do.
This is true.
So because 2 of them have to do with the show. Get those out of the way.
What are the two you wanted to do with the show?
Grow the
show. Have a podcast.
No, grow the show to profitable status, which means that you could start making some money instead of just spending money on it.
And are we making money yet? No, but we're working there.
No, because we can't monetize yet. You got to have a lot and consistently a lot before anything pays out. So,
right.
And that leads me to the other one. I'd like to get 10,000 listeners per show, each time the show is posted. Not just per show, but like that first day it's posted. Be nice to do that.
Yes. That's your goal.
It's the next step for the bucket list to do that.
Okay.
Lisa's here again. She's looking for things on the shelf. She's shaking her head no. She shake her head no again. And
does she have a bucket list?
No, but she's holding are you holding a bucket? No. Do you have a bucket list, Lisa?
Yeah.
What is on your bucket list?
Can't tell you.
She can't tell me what's on the bucket list, so that leads me to believe it has to do with my death.
It involves suffocating Jerry in his sleep.
What'd you say? A lot of bleach?
Suffocating you?
I don't know what she's talking about. She's talking about bleach now. Oh, she is talking about killing me. Got to clean up with a lot of bleach, she said. Get out of here, murderer.
Hiding a dead body. Once again, we're talking about dead bodies again.
Can't get through one episode. All right, I have more on my bucket list.
Okay, go ahead.
Go to Europe. You talked about the travel ones. I've traveled around quite a bit here, too. And really, I just like to go to Europe, but not work. Like, go there and see something. And I can't decide whether it would be like England or Ireland or one of those.
Okay.
Also,
that's on my son's bucket list. Tour Europe is one of them. Go to the UK.
Yeah. Visit Australia as well, which is part of the UK, but it's a whole different continent. It would be kind of cool to go see that place, I thought. Write a story that's published. I would like to do that. I haven't been published before.
That would be nice.
Make another documentary, like another one that's a good one.
Okay.
Instead of just the one. So, do that. I'd also like to get a patent. That'd be fun.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that for my bucket list. That would be nice.
Yeah, and I have a shot at one. It was just going really slow working on one, so I'm hoping it'll pan out. Don't want to say anything about it because it doesn't have a patent yet. And I would also like to act in a movie. And I don't care what kind of movie. Not like a big Hollywood movie. It could just be one of these ones that people are doing for college even.
Mm-hmm.
It would just be fun to go be one of their dumb actors in a movie.
Okay.
I thought. Not a hard one.
Okay, that's a pretty good bucket list.
So
I've got
yeah, I did a lot of shit before the bucket list, so it's hard to think of stuff.
Yeah, mine isn't that deep. I travel a lot already. I mean, I'd like to go to Australia too.
Yeah.
Always wanted to go to Alaska. Randy invites me every year fishing, and I never go. One of these years, I'm going to take him up on it, and I'm probably going to hate it.
That'd be an easy one for you because it's within you could get free flights for that one too.
Yeah. Other things on mine. I want to own a Golden Tee machine in my garage, and I want to finish my garage. That's really all I have. Buy a Cadillac.
That's it?
I want a Cadillac at some point in my life.
I don't know what's going to be more expensive, Cadillac or a Golden Tee machine. What do you think?
Depending on what year.
Yeah.
But on my son's, he's got buy a Jeep, go to Alaska, go to Hawaii, smoke a real Cuban cigar. He's got that checked off now because I actually let him taste. I'm sorry, it's illegal and all. I let him taste a Cuban cigar because it was on his list.
That's all right.
Daddy-son bonding. He says he wants to go see
There you go.
Machu Picchu, whatever the hell that is.
Isn't that like a mountain in the Himalayas or some shit like that?
I'm not sure. It might be this distant, Aztec dwelling or something. Who knows? He's got, like you said, tour Europe, go to the UK. He wants to hold a red panda. He wants to own a German Shepherd and own a Husky. Drive a Lamborghini.
Right. Machu Picchu is a mountain in Peru.
Okay.
It's in the Andes Mountains.
Maybe he could hold a red panda there.
It's an Incan citadel. So it's like ruined, I think, in the mountains.
Okay. I don't know why that's on his list.
Machu Picchu. I don't know either. That seems weird. Red panda's weird, too. Hold a red panda. I don't.
He wants to own a German Shepherd, own a Husky, fly a plane, drive a Lamborghini, drive a Ferrari, and skydive. I think skydive's on a lot of people's bucket list.
Not mine. I don't want to do that.
I have no desire to do that.
No, I don't think that it would be fun. But also, I think, why would I do something like that that's so dangerous that, even though they say it's not, I just don't need to do that. It's not something that I feel desire to do. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not interested at all in it.
Yeah, jump out of a perfectly good airplane and pray your chute opens.
Like those people that want to drive a NASCAR or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. So I guess you have to care about it first. I don't care about skydiving. I don't care about driving a NASCAR.
Well, and the first time you jump out of a plane anyway, you've got somebody else strapped to you with their boner hitting you in the back of your lower back, and I can't see it as being that exciting.
Yeah, let's break that down for everybody out there. First of all, we're assuming that the skydiving instructor has a boner.
Yeah.
Because he
finds
you so attractive. And secondly, you're like really short now, so that it's in your back instead of lined up properly with the strap on there. When you're strapped to his chest, like you're hanging so far down below him because you're a baby that his boner is in between your shoulder blades.
It might happen.
Yep.
Actually, that
episode
may be a benefit of skydiving.
It might be. Episode 111, skydiving boners.
Oh.
I don't know.
Let's see.
Try that one. Skydiving boners. Is there a better way to say that?
That might work. Okay, so we talked about the slow service at Taco Mac. We did. Oh, you'll see this when you get in town. They are building a new football stadium here. As we know, the Super Bowl, the Atlanta Falcons made it to the Super Bowl but didn't quite make it. Well, they're building a new stadium for them, and the Super Bowl is going to be here next year. You'll have to give me your opinion when you see it, because they're building it now, and it looks to me, it's this new European style that they're doing all these new buildings and stadiums with a lot of glass, so you see the downtown area and weird shapes and angles, and trying to make it artistically interesting and newo, you know.
And what was that last one?
And neuro European design and all that bullshit. Anyway, this thing looks like a giant transformer took a shit and they hollowed it out and they're going to play football in it.
What are they going to name it? Shit Stadium? They're going to name it like, what was some of those Transformers names? Damn it, I'm not quick enough for that. Maximus Prime Shit Stadium?
Maximus Prime Stadium. Shit Stadium, yep. The giant turn. Or it looks like some kind of sick, twisted Rubik's Cube type game with all these weird angles. Instead of a square, it's a rhombus.
It's a rhombus. I was there last year, and I don't remember if that's the one that they were building at the time or not. I can't remember. I feel like I was in some city where they were building a stadium, and I don't remember it being Atlanta for some reason. Maybe it is.
Yeah. Well, Minneapolis.
Look at my pictures.
Minneapolis just built a new stadium, and they're going to have the Super Bowl in a couple years. Biggest problem with that stadium, the whole half of the thing is glass.
Yeah.
And it reflects the skyline because of the angle it's on.
Yeah.
And they have more birds hitting the side of this glass and dying to the point where they've had protesters from the different bird sanctuary places and all the PETA people, and there's all kinds of articles on it about all these birds dying per day, 60 birds a day or whatever the number is. It's ridiculous. And that's just the ones that are recovered by the PETA people. There's the security people that are picking it up, and then the homeless people and the bums and stuff like that are getting the birds. But all these birds are dying because of this new stadium.
That's weird. I wonder why. I wonder if anybody thought about that during the design of it. I'm sure none of them did.
Nope.
None of them. Let's see what else we got. Wow, I don't have much of anything.
Oh, I saw a new thing.
What'd you see?
It's called Wiener Cleaner.
Wiener Cleaner. Okay, for hot dogs.
It is a round donut shaped bar of soap that they are marketing as Wiener Cleaner. One size fits most.
One size fits.
So I'm wondering what are there? And it looked interesting.
You want one just because you want to try it out, see how bad it is.
I want one. But I was wondering, what else are they going to market after Wiener Cleaner, or do they have other things out there?
I don't know why. I don't know why you're leaving that so quickly. Because are we really supposed to believe it's about cleaning something and not about pleasuring yourself?
Well, do they make coochie cleaner? Or taint paint? I was thinking of some of the other marketing things that they could spin off of Wiener Cleaner. Sack scrub.
Sack scrub.
That'd be a good one, sack scrub.
Oh, God.
But don't forget about the women. There's nipple new.
Boy, you thought about this for a little while.
Yeah. Things I think about. You think about, Marvel Comics and new episodes, and I think about stuff that has to do with cleaning yourself and pleasuring yourself and midgets.
This Wiener Cleaner soap cleans the body but dirties the mind. You'll be showering twice a day with your new bath time toy. This stimulating soap ring makes a hilarious gag gift for a boyfriend or a buddy who just got dumped, or what the heck. Treat yourself to some good, clean fun.
I'm going to buy you one, Jerry.
I think I want one. It's weird.
It makes a great stocking stuffer.
I'm looking at the packaging. So here we go. One size fits most, but
Yes.
personal hygiene has never been as stimulating. Solves that age-old bathing dilemma and adds a whole new dimension of pleasure and fun to your shower or bath. Good, clean fun for couples, too. And just a few quick strokes of the Wiener Cleaner will clean and sanitize most appendages. Additional cleansing may be desired, but is not necessary. Caution: if the Wiener Cleaner ever becomes stuck, soak area with cold water. Okay. They're funny.
to
Yeah.
make it shrink.
I was in the pool. I don't know why I had to see that.
Wiener Cleaner. One size fits most.
Wiener Cleaner. I'm going to shake my head at that again when I go through this to write down the topics.
Oh, that's why I think they need to do a sack scrub, because you need more than just the Wiener Cleaner.
Well, isn't that just a loofah?
Yeah, taint paint. I like that one.
Or are you thinking like they should just do the full-on ball washer like the golf course, and you got like those
that
stiff
would be-
bristles in with the crank
Stick it
on
in
it?
with a crank handle. Yeah, that would be sweet.
I don't think it would be sweet. And why do we have to get stuck on this? First, we start off with skydiving boners, and then we end up with more and more about that shit. More and more dicks involved in the show.
That's what our show's about. Something to do about
You know what?
nothing.
Maybe I'll change the title. Let me see. Let me see how you like this one
Skydiving
as I write
boners and
this
Wiener
down.
Cleaner.
No. Just like the old Flight of the Conchords song, we might just call this Too Many Dicks on This Show.
Oh.
That's it. Too many dicks on this show. They won't know if we're talking about people or dicks. I saw a video of a giant cock, though, for real.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was coming out of the little house it lived in, and it was walking around, and you could see how big it was by the cinder blocks that were in the yard with it. Mm-hmm. And you thought I was talking about pornography. It's called a Brahma, and it was from Kosovo. You should look that up. It was like it was the size of a small human, of a little person, that you know, the kind that you would call a midget.
Yeah, what's it called?
A Brahma chicken from Kosovo. The thing's humongous. And it's all like fluffy and stuff. It looks like it's wearing like feathered pants. It looks like Rhode Island Red from Looney Tunes.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody look that thing up, because that thing is ridiculous, and it scares the shit out of you. If I walked into a chicken coop and that thing came out, I'd be terrified.
Oh,
It's
it says
enough
internet
to-
is freaking out over this giant chicken 7 hours ago in the USA Today.
Yeah, I just saw that
So that
yesterday.
is breaking news.
Look, I have breaking news. It's not fake news either. But that thing, if you look at that thing's scary enough to make you lose your skydiving boner, I'm telling you.
Yeah, and he can jump over bike racks and shit. Mm-hmm. Wow.
Look at all the callbacks we're doing.
Primary use is meat.
I couldn't help but wonder how delicious it was, too. Because, you know, I put things in a weird category. Like, I don't like king crab legs. I don't think they taste as good as snow crab legs. So now I'm wondering if the really big chicken is like the king crab legs, where it doesn't taste as good as the little chicken, the little succulent chicken.
Or the Cornish hen.
I just reminded myself of Looney Tunes. The little succulent chicken. Penguins is practically chickens. Oh, God. This show has to come to an end,
It
Davin.
does. Someday. I'm supposed to remind you, though, of Go-Go.
What? Okay. Go.
What does?
Go for the. Is that for the T-Mobile? Didn't I already talk about that?
But one of the benefits that you forgot to mention was that you get free Go internet on the airplanes.
That's right. With my new T-Mobile cell phone prescription, because you need it.
You're
for
paying
your
less,
health.
and you're getting.
Paying less, and I get 1 hour of free Go wireless internet on the plane on the phone. And if you decided that you wanted to be really cool about it and travel a lot, you could just add the $5 a month extra to bring you up a level to where you can get HD streaming all the time. Because they do dump down your video level for streaming with this package, the regular package. Although right now I'm on like some HD special deal where they just gave it to me. But they usually make you pay an extra $5 to get HD streaming. Which, do you care when you're watching on your tiny phone screen whether or not it's HD?
No.
I don't. I just care if I can see it at this point on the plane.
Well, maybe you need a pair of.
Anyway, $5 more a month you get. Go ahead.
Maybe you need a pair of Dial-O-Vision glasses.
I might need that, whatever those are. But for $5 more a month, you would get their streaming HD, and you get unlimited Go on the plane.
Ooh.
So that's nice, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You had something too, didn't you? Have something for the airline that you were going to say?
No, but I did mention the dial. Oh, airlines. No, I was mentioning that was a rewards program that they have at a restaurant. I talked to you about that earlier, but I did see a commercial for this thing called Dial-O-Vision.
All right, what is that?
It's these stupid glasses that now have a dial on the side that you can turn and adjust your focus. So
okay, like the Samsung VR gear.
Yeah, it's
just
like
got a little
readers,
focus knob that'll.
It's stupid. But my favorite part is the commercial that I watched was in Spanish, and it was all in Spanish. And then at the end, it's made in Fairfield, New Jersey.
Okay. Why was it all in Spanish?
I don't know. It was made for TV, and it was on an American channel too. So I don't know who they're marketing to. Stupid people who want to spend $20 on a as seen on TV Dial-O-Vision glasses, but
yeah, I'm going to try and build a wall and keep all those people out.
Yep. And I'm investing in 32-foot ladders if they're building a 30-foot wall.
Who's going to pay for those?
What? The 32-foot ladders?
I think Congress is going to pay for the ladders now since they decided they're going to pay for the wall.
Yeah, they might as well. You got to keep your promises.
Yes.
Because that's what it's all about.
I'm going to keep a promise now, promising that we were going to end this show. Because we are over the regular amount of time, and I'm just sort of running out of steam because I have to get to the part where I'm packing for my trip tomorrow and all that stuff. And eat.
Yep.
Got to do all that.
And hopefully we have some nice adventures while you're down here for your, day and a half or 2 days. Listeners,
yeah,
I want to I'm trying to take Jerry to this place called Sister Louisa's Church of the Living Room Couch and Ping Pong Emporium.
And I do want to go to that. It's just that it's such a quick trip.
Yeah, they have church organ karaoke where they play the giant church organ.
That I want to experience that. I think we did the show and we used their logo as the thumbnail picture.
Okay.
When you went a year ago, 2 years ago, or something like that.
Yep. I got to get you to sing the Gilligan's Island theme song.
Yeah, we could try that thing out too. We'll see. We'll see what happens, and then we'll report back. We're gonna have to do a countdown at the end of this, so don't stop your record.
Okay.
And are you sure you don't want to end the show with your magic mirror bit that you used to do from Romper? Just kidding.
Romper, pomper, stomper, boo! I see Joshy and Corey.
There you go. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening to the You Name It podcast again for the 111th time.
Oh, thank you guys for listening, and Papa Wheelie.